Hello students, so we will study the D'Alembert's principle. So here first of all we should know momentum. So what is momentum? So momentum is equal to mass into velocity, means it is the quantity of motion possessed by the body. Then the next part, here we have to study the Newton's second law. So what is the Newton's second law? Newton's second law states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force, and which means the force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. And the next part we have to study, that is the D'Alembert's principle. So D'Alembert's principle states that so here it will says any moving body can be brought into dynamic equilibrium, So by applying the imaginary force whose magnitude is mass into acceleration in the direction opposite to the direction of acceleration. So here if any body is in motion, and then it can be brought into dynamic equilibrium. Suppose this body is having its acceleration in the right hand side, then we can apply the force whose magnitude is mass into acceleration, in opposite direction, and this body can be brought in dynamic equilibrium by applying this force. And again here the summation of resultant will be 0. Summation of resultant force will be 0. So this is the meaning of this. Now we can study the difference between static equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. Static equilibrium and dynamic equilibrium. So here in the static equilibrium the body is at rest. So body is at rest. Now here the summation of all the forces, that is the resultant, is equal to 0. And in the dynamic equilibrium, whenever the body is in motion and if any external forces acts on this, and we can bring this body in dynamic equilibrium by applying the force in opposite direction whose magnitude is mass into acceleration. Now here we can remember, as a static equilibrium the body is at rest, and here it is not in rest, and again we can take summation of all the forces and it will be 0. So this is the dynamic equilibrium. Now we will study if the body is moving in curvilinear motion. If the body is moving in curvilinear motion, then it has two types of motion, vertical and horizontal. But here if the body is in motion, then the one force which acts towards the center and the accelerations towards the center, it will be the normal acceleration. And the acceleration which keeps it in motion, so it is nothing but the acceleration that is tangential acceleration. So whenever there is a body in curvilinear motion, there will be two types of acceleration will be acting on the body. One is tangential acceleration, another is normal acceleration. And here this can be bring into dynamic equilibrium by applying the force whose magnitude is mass into acceleration in opposite direction. Now if it is normal acceleration, then you can apply opposite force which is mass into acceleration, and we can apply the another force which can bring this body in equilibrium, that is mass into acceleration. So here it is a tangential acceleration, we have applied mat in opposite direction. Here it is normal acceleration, we have applied this man in opposite direction to bring the body in equilibrium, in dynamic equilibrium. And now we have studied in polar coordinates what are the values of an and at. So an is equal to v square upon rho, and at is equal to dv by dt. So this thing we have to keep in mind. Now the next, if the body starts from rest, what are the conditions? If the body starts from rest, then velocity is 0, and hence we know we can put this velocity in this formula, and an is equal to 0. Normal acceleration will be 0 if it is starting from the rest, and if the body is moving with a constant velocity. Second point is moving with constant velocity, then it is the uniform motion, and hence what we can say, at is equal to dv by dt, and which is equal to 0. So now this thing we have to keep in mind. Now how to solve this problem? So here, to solve this problem, first of all we have to draw FBD at that instant where we have to find out the answers. After drawing the FBD, show the acceleration, direction of acceleration. Then after this we have to apply dynamic force, that is D'Alembert's force we have to apply. D'Alembert's force. Then take summation of forces and equate it to 0. It may be summation fx, summation fy, or sometimes you have different direction, that is normal and tangential. Then this is to be equated to 0 and find out the unknowns. So these things you have to keep in mind.